Minecraft, a game that has spanned over 3 decades as of 2021, has always had a question. Who is the best player? That's an interesting question, but at the end of the day, the deciding factor is always PvP. That's what I explored in this video. I spent 2 weeks training 1.8 PvP, and these are my results. So some quick notes before we begin. 1. I'm not saying I'm good at PvP. This is just a documentation of my results. 2. This was a month ago, so I am better than this, obviously. 3. Don't judge me in the comments too hard. Also, for half the games, I didn't have a texture pack. So, that's tough. Looking back at day 1, it was obvious why I lost. My hubris got the best of me, and I fought a hard bot with zero PvP experience. I come from console, so I didn't know what to expect. Just watch for yourself. Just adding that there are over 30 hours of footage I'm editing. So I'm taking the best and worst clips that I have to offer. I'm not trying to act like I'm the best or the worst. I'm just showing you the raw clips. When looking back on day 1, I could tell I was extremely stiff. I could tell that I would just try to press W or wouldn't use my A or D or S key. I would just try to out CPS the hard bot, and I was clicking at 6 while they were clicking at 11. So it didn't work. On day 2, I went back to fighting the bots. In hindsight, bots are only good for warming up and practicing strafing. I continue to see the stiffness in my gameplay. I also would sometimes hit the bot with a pearl or a health pod, not the sword. I needed to practice more to get in rhythm with my sensitivity and learn my keybinds. I hadn't seen any improvements on the second day. I knew this was going to be a long journey ahead of me. I just want to say, if you made it this far, it would be so nice if you subscribed. I spent a good 2.5, 3 days on this, so if you could please subscribe, that would be great. Anyways, back to the video. This is the first time in this video where I play against other players. Rewatching this showed me that I was very bad. My aim was horrible, my movement sucked, and it looked like I just picked up this game yesterday. Even though my movement sucked, I could finally see the progress in my strafing. I finally made tiny progress, and I was very happy about it. I accidentally skipped day 4, but I was back on my grind for day 5. I finally played humans in pot PvP. Overall, I got destroyed. However, there were good and bad moments. Watch and see for yourself. I'm not gonna lie, that clip I just showed you completely inflated my ego until I got destroyed like 5 minutes later. It wasn't fun. On day 6, I finally got into a routine. I would warm up against the easy bot, then face the medium bot. And then, if I wanted to, I would either face another bot, like the hard or the expert, or other players, which I would get destroyed. I was again seeing small improvements, from me not using scroll wheel as much for my potions, to clicking faster. I was improving however small it was. You may be asking, where is day 7? I can't find it. I recorded it, but I can't find it. However, I want to look back on week 1 and look at the good and bad. One thing I did well was learning my keybinds. After day 3, I would rarely use my scroll wheel. A thing I definitely could improve on was my aim, as it was shaky and rough at times and I couldn't hit people. Overall, I am happy with the first week. Probably should have said this by now, but Speed 2 PvP is harder than it looks. You see all these great pot PvPers who use speed and they're so good, and you think it's easy, but it's really not. Um, However, moving on from that, we start week 2 with day 8. I did my usual warm up and continued to fight bots and other players. Overall, I definitely could see that I was on the right track. The following days were probably my favorite to edit and play, specifically because I finally got a texture pack. I don't know about you, or if it's just me, but fire aspect with no low fire ain't gonna cut it. However, continuing on, I continue to do my routine. I will reflect on this later in the video, but playing Minecraft with no speed after 2 weeks made me see my aim wasn't as bad as I thought it was. While it was still bad, I definitely could tell that Speed 2 wasn't easy. Normal FLVs without speed were so much easier to fight on afterwards. I also wanted to throw in some footage from day 9 against other players. From an editor's perspective, I could say I had such a bad sensitivity. I don't have much mouse space and had a lower sense somehow. I think the next day on day 10 I actually changed my sensitivity because it was so bad. Quick tip, do not go with low sensitivities, especially if you have low mouse space. Day 10 is similar to most other days. I just did my normal routine I set for myself. The only other goal I really had was on the last day. At this point, I thought the easy bot wasn't even a challenge. Originally, I felt it was a challenge, but now it was just a walk in the park. The medium bot, I felt the same about, however, it was a bit harder. The hard bot was definitely where I was at. Day 11 was another non-eventful day. I feel like it was definitely fun, just kind of stuck to the same routine. If I ever do this again, for example 1.16, I'll be certain to have a better routine start to finish. I also need to set big and small goals more efficiently so I stay engaged with the PvP. I think I forgot to record day 12, so I just grouped day 12 and 13 together. These are the last few days of my recordings. I think I had the most fun these days since I was almost done. My ego was riding that copium all the way to the end. I was ready for the final day, and I had one goal, which I will tell you in a second. On day 14, I had one simple goal: beat the hard bot. It was the thing I started this 2-week journey on, and it was time to end it. I'm going to show you the whole thing. Watch and enjoy. Get over here, bot boy. In order to get better, not only as a player, but also as a content creator, I need to address my flaws throughout this video. I'm talking about my choices mainly, not really my in-game abilities. My first critique is that I need a good routine. I didn't have a good routine until about halfway throughout the video. I need to plan out what I need to accomplish ahead of time, or I will accomplish nothing. Secondly, I need to have short and long-term goals. I need to have long-term goals at the start so I can focus on something, but also have short-term goals so I don't get burned out. Finally, I need to record every day, period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I need to record my progress to get better. There are many others that I could have named, but these are the three I'm focusing on. While addressing the bad, I also need to take a look at the good. For example, I had a lot of flexibility. Whether it was learning a new keybind or changing my sensitivity, I was willing to do it. This is what I need to do to become the best me possible. Another strength I showed was my ability to call myself out when I obviously did something bad. I looked at it and called myself out for it. I wasn't making excuses. I was doing what I needed to do. Finally, I think the most important thing I did or showed was my commitment. It's crazy to think, but this may have been my greatest content creation accomplishment that I've ever done. I've spent 2 weeks playing and I've got to where I've gotten. I am humbled by the experiment and hope that I can do it again. Well, that's the end of the video. Whew, this took a long time, so if you could be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed it, that would be great. I don't need you to like the video. I don't need you to comment. I just need you to subscribe. It really helps my content. And if you want to see a 1.16 challenge, be sure to let me know. Anyways, bye.